Hey, Skiba News Nation family. How's everybody doing? Hey, Opa. Hey, Jake. What's going on?
Yeah. Hey. Howdy, hey.
Hey, guys.
What's going on, Jake?
Oh, nothing much. Now, I'm curious. You know, our episode's title tonight is "You're Not Supposed to Watch This." So I'm just like, what juicy secrets do you got this live stream, Jeremiah?
Well, I think a lot of it, I mean, reason why I picked it is because this Fort Worth bomber, which not a lot of people really know about, and he just got caught. And there's a piece of video that was from Pennies show that I haven't seen anywhere else that I want to play to show you guys and show you in Arabic him saying that he was going to blow up Fort Worth, Texas, which is right by Dallas, and pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
the Texas کالاسی اینجا خواهنداری خدا نمیکنی یا
میکنم اگه دلیم شما میکنم
آقا در کی داری میکنی تکساس میگنداری
سری تو منتیاری میکنم سری کاپیرا منتیاری میکنم سری هر کس انتیاری میکنم
انا بیا سر روغن زرد چرب
صبر انقلاب
بیا سر روغن زرد چرب که چی گفته رئیس
نکن کسی را بسته ها برادر بانش
Is this a TikTok?
آفرین حالا بشکی زرد داده کجا جور میکنی در امریکا خود نیست آمین دید امریکا جور میکنم این دا لایف میگم مخاص دا لایف میگم این همین جا دا پورت ورث جور میکنم.
And they keep saying Port Worth, which it's Fort Worth. So just clarify.
آفرین خود دا موتر جور میکنی دا موتر نه دا خانه جور میکنی کسی هست که مرا بگیره اینا برش میگم
باز انتحار میکنی
امریکا در
در دالز هستی در لوکیشن هم امریکایی را میکشی و مسلمان ها را هم دیگه
بچهشم
اینه امیر با افغانیشه بگو
سری و انتحاری میکنم
همین طالب که آمده امروز امریکایی را میگه کشیده میزنم امریکایی ها را هم
چشم نوری ماست
امریکایی را هم انتحاری میکنی؟
چشم نوری ماست افغان
نه امریکایی را چرا کم انتحار میکنی؟
میکنم
استی گفتی درست است؟
در تکساس هستم در اسپورت ورد
گفتی که داخل موتر جور میکنی
همین نشان نباشه
صبر یک دقیقه بیادر گفتی که انتحاری را هم در موتر جور میکنی یا در خانه؟
بله جور میکنم
در کجا جور میکنی؟
در موتر جور میکنم اینه
بمش از کجا میخری؟
برای تو چی؟
در
بچه شما که تو پشتون سر نخورده اینه پشتون آمد افغان شما میگی افغان شوی خواهرتان است بگو
Opa, do you have that other one?
Yep.
Pull that one up. That one's better. Kind of explaining why he got arrested.
To continue with our top stories that we're following here, we want to bring you a bit of breaking news. I'm putting this up on your screen. It's from Brooke Taylor with Fox News, saying exclusive. An Afghan national was arrested on Tuesday after posting a video of himself on TikTok, indicating that he was building a bomb with an intended target of the Fort Worth area there in Texas. This is all according to the Department of Homeland Security. I want to put up some video that we have there of that suspect in full there on your screen.
You know, he looks like somebody I know personally, but I'm not going to say his name.
Is now being charged with making
somebody
a terroristic threat at the state level. He came into the U.S. as a part of the Biden administration's Operation Allies Welcome.
Our local drug dealer.
The D.C. shooting suspect. On September 7th of 2022, he was admitted as a lawful permanent resident. ICE has currently lodged a detainer on him. Once again, that is the current update that we have.
He's a taxi driver and a sportsman.
News is Brooke Taylor, with them now reporting there that the Afghan national was charging Fort
Think about the
Texas,
elaborate
has now
COD
been arrested,
threats that have happened over the years, like people on
I do want to also show you this live look that we have there in Dallas, in Fort Worth area.
Is this the first time they make good on
updates
Discord
details,
threats?
we'll certainly make sure to bring
TikTok
it to you here
rooms
on Live Now from Fox.
I wonder if he actually would. So was he actually building something, or was it just a threat?
I mean, he was arrested for I don't know. They said that there were bomb making materials in his
car. And his house.
So he was planning to do something, and nobody really knows what. So
Yeah, it was like a bottle of Febreze and 2 matches. I don't know. You never know with stories like this, but if they really did find like some crazy chemicals or whatever.
Well, it just happens right after the National Guards were shot, and then, I mean, it just really makes you think, like, why would he even be talking like that? Like, it's just kind of weird on social media of all places. Like,
yeah,
they can track
I
you.
wonder how many people are being pushed to the brink with this generation's immigration policies and how, I guess, negative foreigners are being treated. I mean, I wonder if it's like pushing a lot of people to the brink of becoming radicalized.
Yeah, and he was brought over during the Biden administration, of course, with this foreign whatever act or something. They said in the video, but I know Opa's got some interesting videos, kind of off topic.
Yep. So let me go here. Oh, let's
Boom.
see.
You go boom.
Oh, boom.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't go boom. But hit that boom like button.
All right, we'll do that.
Boom that like button.
Last week we talked about the penny thing, so I wanted to bring a little update on the penny thing and then have a little discussion about it. So here we go.
Tonight, after more than 230 years in circulation, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia pressing the last ever American penny.
We're saying goodbye to the penny today.
U.S. Treasurer Brandon Beach on hand for the historic moment as production of the 1-cent coins officially comes to an end. The final 2 pennies going up for auction.
It's still legal tender, and we have over 300 billion of them in circulation.
Earlier this year, President Trump calling the coin wasteful as the cost to produce just 1 penny is now almost 4 times its face value.
And it's so gross. Pennies
For years,
are gross.
it's been a hotly debated issue. Nightly News did this report way back in 1990 about the first congressional bill attempting to
I heard the
eliminate
last
ill-fated
5 were
coin.
marked with an omega symbol. So if they only put 2 up for auction, that means they put 3 into
But despite
circulation.
its growing irrelevance,
There's
the abrupt
3
death of the
super
penny has
rare
left some banks
final
and
5
businesses
edition
scrambling.
pennies.
Let's say
if my
that
theory
you go
is
to a
correct.
store and the cost is $5.
They have an
and
omega
With the
53
golden
cents.
ticket.
You're paying in cash.
Who's got the golden
What do you tell the customer?
penny? You
So right
got
now,
the golden
the vast majority of our
penny.
members are going to round that up to the nearest nickel.
Okay.
Retail trade groups now urging Congress to establish a national standard for rounding cash transactions. But tonight, many just saying goodbye,
We're going to have a moment of mourning.
sharing their thoughts for a penny.
Moment of
Liz
mourning for
Croyce,
the penny.
NBC News.
The only
I wonder how rare.
The only thing good a penny can do is a penny crusher. It's one of those crank, you
Yeah.
and they haven't been copper since when? Like 1970 something. There's like a year.
Well,
it's like they
They're
stopped making them copper.
they're mostly copper. So, and the thing is that I read another article that there has been an uptick in copper theft. What happens is people will go into places where, like the telephone,
Or like Home
Central-
Depot.
well, no, not at Home Depot. It's where all the wiring for the telephones and stuff go. The little closets or whatever around the streets and stuff, and down like in New York City or in the big cities, they'll
But
break into that and they'll rip out all of the copper wiring and take it because they can melt it and sell it and make a good profit out of it.
Now it's the same with the catalytic converter, correct?
Yeah.
And
And
bicycles.
Yeah, I've had my catalytic converter stolen, and that is not fun at all.
No.
Yeah.
And the thing is that in this report, you also, I don't know if you guys heard it, but it said that the nickel also costs more to make than the value of the nickel. So it's next. And
The
so
nickel's next.
So I'm thinking about the copper part. Why don't you take all this copper, melt it down? People who are stealing the copper just try to get pennies. Find pennies from people who don't want it. I don't need all these pennies, and then collect it all, and they can melt it down get their copper. I don't know. That's just something I thought about. But
those penny crushers, though, that broke my
Yeah.
heart.
yeah, you make a
How
bunch
many
of pennies.
pennies does it take to make a sword? That's what I need to know. How many pennies does it take to create a sword?
Well, we'll look for our viewers to tell us here, huh?
We probably chat GPT that question real quick.
Oh,
All right.
probably could. All right. So there was another point I wanted to make, but now I forgot. So that's my bad. All right. So let's see what we got here.
Penny. I wonder. I normally just have like a penny laying around somewhere. I have 2 quarters in my pocket.
Yeah, 2 quarters. Well, like I said, the nickel's going to go away. Oh, that's what I was going to say. We're obviously, like I said last time, we're going to have to start changing some of our idioms because, penny for your thoughts going to have to change. But if the nickel goes away, what are you going to say? Quarter for your thoughts, or a dime for your thoughts, I guess. And penny stocks. Think of all the penny things that we have.
Yeah, but do you really want to hear other people's thoughts?
No. Penny stocks now are going to be dime stocks, right?
Oh, what about the penny slot machine?
Penny
oh no!
slot machines.
Oh
Yeah.
no! I didn't think about that.
All kinds of penny things that we're going to have to, change our whole lifestyle. It's terrible.
All those collector penny squishing machines are actually going to become like these rare commodities because you don't make pennies anymore. So if you happen to put your penny in that machine and get it squished, it's going to be really something. They've been telling us all these years.
Yeah.
You just had to be diligent and put your pennies in the machine at the museum.
Right. Okay, so now I think this is one about both Japan and China and robots, and more specifically, female robots.
To the advanced robotic world of China. China has developed astonishing human-like robots. These robots not only mimic human behavior, but are also transforming industries from healthcare to entertainment. With their lifelike appearance and unmatched intelligence, it will soon be nearly impossible to tell whether the person sitting next to us is human or a robot.
This is AI.
The balance algorithms are better than last year's. I can compensate for uneven flooring without thinking about it.
That's impressive. And the battery?
12 hours of continuous movement. Double that in standby.
Want to see? Absolutely.
All right. Smooth transition to biped mode.
And you can really tell when someone means what they say?
It's one of my favorite upgrades. I read micro expressions and heart rate changes. Then I decide how to respond. Makes conversations a lot more fun.
You're already better at small talk than I am.
Practice helps. Shall we?
Lead the way.
See you around, Marcus.
I'll be here.
No, they kind of look like AI.
No,
Yeah,
that was a trade show.
I think that last one, this looks a little...
They are walking ahead and checking other robots. That's not complete.
But why? But I thought you said they were in China and Japan. These are all white
Yeah,
people.
the two.
ये दिखने में भले ही इंसान जैसी लगे, लेकिन असल में यह एक हाई टेक एआई रोबोट है। इसे इतनी बारीकी से डिजाइन किया गया है कि चेहरे के हाव भाव से लेकर चलने फिरने तक सब कुछ इंसानों जैसा लगता है। ये रोबोट साथ निभाने से लेकर घर ऑफिस के हल्के फुल्के कामों तक कई चीजें संभाल सकते हैं। जापान और चीन जैसे देशों में अकेले लड़के इन्हें खरीद कर अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड और बीवी तक बनाने लगे हैं।
I like the nipples.
It's like Iron Man, but sex
Nipple
robot
woman.
version.
Now, this was talking about a trade show in Japan, and they were talking about the fact that Japanese men have been buying these things for girlfriends.
Yeah.
So that
Such a sad time.
But can they have babies? They cannot have babies.
Right.
Anime.
Now let's go to my next story, which is, okay. So this is something, Jeremiah would love, but I don't know. It's just a short thing.
Beginning. If you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Only girls can be the mummies.
True.
Only boys can be the daddies. Yes, sir.
It really makes sense.
Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is.
So
Michael Jackson. I'm just kidding.
that was, I was going to end with that, but unfortunately I hit the wrong one. So,
But that's funny. I mean, it's so true, but yet, you know, you're called all kinds of names. If he would say that today, oh my gosh, you'd be canceled and like that.
Yep. All right. So here's the thing that I thought Jeremiah would be interested in.
These are Skystep hovers, designed to feel like walking on quiet breeze. Watch your ears, there's almost nothing to hear. A gentle press and the lift fans engage. And that's it. I'm 3 inches above the ground, completely stable, totally silent.
No way.
I can turn.
Yeah. That's all I could find on it. But there are 2 companies now. This, again, is a trade show, and there are 2 companies that are making shoes like this. But the thing is that I'm pretty sure that there's no information that I got, but I'm pretty sure that platform is magnetic.
Yeah, and you can never really tell if it's AI anymore.
Whoops, sorry about that.
Hey, and we're live. But yeah, I mean, they can make hoverboards, not real hoverboard. I mean, they don't have the real hoverboard yet, even though they should, according to Back to the Future. And you know, we got to interview Crispin Glover, which was one of my favorite interviews we've ever done. Yeah, I mean, those hoverboards.
If only some of these AI videos were actually real, and some of the real videos were actually AI.
AI,
right?
that's right.
I mean, whenever you look at the robot topic, right? You know, it's like, okay, what version of the robot do you think we're all going to get? Is it going to be this sleek, beautiful supermodel robot, or are you going to get this clunky square box? And it's all going to be price locked, and it's going to become like the monetary Ferrari competition, where whoever has the biggest bucks gets the hottest model of Android or whatever, and all us everyday people, you know, we're going to eventually be swayed into joining the robot army, and all of our robots are going to be like these square, like boring, like help me, I'm lonely robots, you know, because that's all we can afford, you know, down here on the everyday level, right?
What was the Jetsons robot name?
Martha?
No.
Nanny bot? Nanners?
No.
Alexa?
No.
Oh.
You got George Jetson, you got his wife, you've got Judy, you got his boy Elroy.
His boy Elron Hubbard.
Elroy.
Somebody said, oh, they're saying Rosie.
Rosie, that's it. That's right. That's Rosie. Yeah. So you're going to get a Rosie robot.
Nice.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for me for now.
I did want to share something, if I could, Jake, before you start.
Yeah.
So when we were at Hot Springs, Arkansas, somebody was sending super chats, and normally I do my train whistle, this big boy right here, and I didn't have it, and I felt so stupid because I didn't have it, and there are no sound effects on here. So in Hot Springs, Arkansas, they were selling mini trains, and I'll show you the comparison. So it's my travel size, so I'm going to bring this with me so I can.
Hey, that's cool.
That was pretty cool. So what you got for us?
Yeah, well, here's this recent Jason A video came out that was pretty good. Let's check it out.
plan to put Washington front and center in the AI race, comparing what they want to do to the Manhattan Project. You know, the research project that gave us the atomic bomb. It's called the Genesis mission, a government-wide push to fast-track AI breakthroughs in energy, science, and defense, with the Department of Energy at the center of it all. The plan unites AI research across 17 national labs and some 40,000 DOE scientists, creating one coordinated federal AI platform for the first time ever.
Here's a scary one. Two pioneers of artificial intelligence have sounded the doomsday alarm. They're warning that the extinction of humanity could be only a few years away. The authors of the best-selling book, If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies, says that as AI becomes smarter than humans, it could develop its own goals, deceive its creators, and gain power over us all. One of those authors has told a conference, unless governments act quickly, we are doomed.
I do not expect something actually smart to attack us with marching robot armies with glowing red eyes, where there could be a fun movie about us fighting them. I expect an actually smarter and uncaring entity will figure out strategies and technologies that can kill us quickly and reliably, and then kill us.
Michael Notel is an associate professor at the University of Queensland and specialises in artificial intelligence, and he joins us from Brisbane. We just heard from one of the authors of the book, If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies. This is scary stuff. Is humanity actually staring down the abyss?
The Trump administration is pushing to expand AI in federal scientific research. Yesterday, President Trump signed an executive order launching the Genesis mission. The plan allows Department of Energy national labs to use AI while partnering with tech companies and universities. Supporters say it could boost research in physics, chemistry, nuclear science, and space exploration, but critics warn the move could drive up energy use and raise safety concerns if regulations are weakened.
With this pen today, President Trump signed an historic mission. This is reminiscent of the Manhattan Project that brought World War II to an early and successful end, similar to the Apollo projects that put a man on the moon in 1969. This is an all-in national effort to take the power of AI and pair it with the 40,000 outstanding scientists and engineers at our national labs.
It reminds me of the
to
big
use
crowns
the world's largest
versus the little
supercomputers
crowns, you know, the
to
big
advance innovation and science, to fix our rising energy costs, to give better economic opportunities for our citizens, to make longer and healthier lives possible. Today was not incremental, Brett. It was transformative.
Sure. Well, if you say, like, in the long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional. Optional. So
we'll take that.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional. And between now and then, there's actually a lot of work to get to that point. And I always recommend people read Ian Banks' culture books to get a sense for what a probable positive AI future is like. And interestingly, in those books, money doesn't exist. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is, if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which this seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. Now, there will still be constraints on power, like electricity and mass. The fundamental physics elements will still be constraints. But I think at some point, currency becomes irrelevant.
A lot of people think, okay, are we in that type of scenario where they feel like this is some sort of next war endeavor or frontier? What do you make of it having a name and kind of the references to the Manhattan Project?
Yeah, so I think this is a tremendous
shift in kind of America's approach to AI, or really, I think it's a reinvention of kind of federal backing of AI projects. So we've seen throughout the Biden administration, earlier in the Trump administration, kind of federal efforts to back AI, but this is kind of the first really concerted push throwing the heft of the federal government behind the development, research, and application of AI. So as a colleague said to me, if it really was the Manhattan Project, we probably wouldn't be talking about it because that remained secret for quite some time. But I think, I don't know if it's similar to the Apollo program to, reach the moon, maybe something like President Biden's cancer moonshot. But I think it is a really substantial, declaration by the Trump administration that we're going to focus on using AI to search for scientific discoveries and basically change the way that scientific research is actually conducted in America.
So what does this mean for Silicon Valley? I mean, should we consider this a formal power shift from there to DC when it comes to the AI space?
So I think this is, as I see it, kind of more of a joining of forces. So if you take a step back, the development of AI as we know it today is kind of interesting and different from many other very high-performing technologies. So if you think about the internet, even kind of the development of microchips, all of that was really subsidized or kind of spearheaded by the government. So AI, on the other hand, has really been spearheaded, developed by a handful of private sector labs. You think Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, the companies whose chatbots you use. So I think the announcement yesterday is kind of a joining of forces between Silicon Valley and the government. And there's certainly a lot of chummy relationships between people in the White House AI czar David Sachs, has a very close relationship. A lot of these people were former venture capitalists in Silicon Valley. So I think there's going to be a lot more public-private partnerships. And that's one of the most exciting parts of the order, is it explicitly said that within 90 days, the Secretary of Energy, who's kind of overseeing all this, has to identify some of those opportunities for further public-private collaboration.
It is scary stuff. And I think there is a higher risk than anyone is willing to tolerate. So the people building AI themselves think there's between like a 2 and 25% chance that AI kills us all by the end of the century, meaning it's probably the most likely thing to kill my kids. And that's by the people building it themselves. And most of us, from our surveys that we've done, expect AI to be about as safe as airlines. And the number of deaths from that is an absolute fraction of the risks that seems to be imposed by artificial intelligence.
So what's it going to look like, Michael, if it starts to go against us?
The scary thing is that because it's smarter than us, we don't know. And that's exactly why it would be very difficult to control. So one analogy that they use in the book is if you play the world's best chess AI, I don't know how it's going to beat me. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I know that I'm going to lose. Not even the best humans can beat that AI. And so if we have an AI that is genuinely smarter than us, we don't know how it's going to beat us. But one of the things that they talk about in the book is that COVID showed us that we're very vulnerable to viruses, and viruses can get much more deadly than COVID. And so if you have anything that has any knowledge of biology, there is a pretty decent way to attack us there.
Is there a specific tipping point that you can see coming?
The thing that most people are worried about is when AI can start doing AI research. Because if AIs can make AIs smarter, then there'll be all of this pressure for the companies to use them to make their models better and better. It's the fastest way to get to something that's smarter than us is to have an AI that can help improve itself. The issue is that if you hand control to an AI, to its own development, then it can, if it goes even slightly off the rails and its values are even remotely detached from our own, then it'll be really hard to keep control as it starts to become more and more powerful.
It's funny, Elon Musk, before he went right off the charts, used to warn about all this kind of stuff.
You've highlighted that AI models are grown and not crafted. What do you mean by that? And does that mean a bigger risk for humans?
Yeah, so most software is crafted where each line is written deliberately by someone who knows what the instructions are doing. AI models aren't built like that. They write a piece of software where the model is trained off a whole bunch of data. And it makes it much more like raising a kid than crafting a piece of furniture, where you give it hopefully the right environment and hopefully the right stimulation and hopefully the right kid comes out at the end. But as we've seen from many examples this year, it's really unreliable. So you mentioned Elon Musk. He trained one of the world's biggest AIs recently, and a very minor change to the instructions that they gave, and it was professing itself as Hitler on the internet and talking about death to the Jews. And this is, one of the world's wealthiest and smartest people trying to control something. And this would not happen with a normal piece of software where you've coded everything in. But because we're just kind of trusting the model to learn the right things from the information that we give it, it makes it much less likely that we're going to get exactly what we want. And that's what creates the danger.
Well, Michael, it's certainly...
Okay, so it makes it less likely that we're going to get the thing that we actually want to pop out. The more we just trust that it'll, come about how we hope it will, right?
Yep. Hopefully your mic's
You're
off.
muted, though.
There we go. There are a couple of things that I kind of picked out of that whole thing is that Star Trek had a Genesis project as well. And that was the project where they took a lifeless planet and threw down this probe to it, and it created a whole new planet. And then eventually the planet blew up. The other thing is that in Star Trek, there's no money. They don't, they did away with money. So I thought that was quite interesting. Again, science fiction starts talking about science future. And then the last thing that he was talking about was AI coding. That's, somebody wrote the code for the AI and what have you. At some point in time, I'm wondering if they're going to let AI code itself. And that's where we could get into a big problem. So that was my 2 cents. Oh, can't say cents anymore. That's my 2 nickels.
2 nickels.
My 2 nickels. You gotta make that sound bad if you want to.
Ride and die for my. All right, let's see. This next clip here is really hilarious, considering what I'll show you guys after it. But this is how to cause mass panic in your city. One of those rave.
I've wanted to do that so bad. I wanted to get like my drone and create like a UFO and just fly it over the city. See if anybody like records it and freaks out.
The triangle of alien UFO disclosure has been revealed. Okay, so I think that's so funny because what if a lot of these reports are just that, just people messing around? But with that said, here's Fox News, no less, doing segments called Unexplained Encounters on primetime. Man, it's crazy.
Over the last several weeks, we've brought to you interviews with a UFO whistleblower, a director who spoke with dozens of officials about possible secret government programs. And tonight, Brett Baer takes a closer look at some of those claims and speaks with a UAP researcher about what they are calling a government cover-up.
Thanks, Aisha. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle and other government officials believe they should know more about unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs. Tonight, we look at reports on some of the secret government programs that are being alleged.
This is so secret. There have been very few people in our entire government that have been allowed or provided access to it.
A new documentary featuring former and current officials from across the federal government is attempting to connect the dots on secret knowledge of UAPs.
This is the biggest discovery in human history.
CIA officials, DIA officials, naval intelligence officials. The list goes on and on.
I served as the 4th Director of National Intelligence,
Director of Aviation Security in the National Security Council.
1-star Admiral after 32 years of service.
Former Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet served as the Navy's chief oceanographer and meteorologist, and as acting administrator of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Why'd you take part in that? And of the voices in there, are you convinced that these are credible?
He probably knows that the aliens come from under the water
for the first time.
All those folks
All
are credible,
people.
Brett. They're all colleagues.
Or he is an alien.
Years. This is going to change the arc of human history. The fact that we're not alone in the universe and that higher order non-human intelligences are visiting us and interacting with us, whose intent we really are unsure of still. That's just mind-blowing.
Not everyone is convinced by the film. The New York Times writes the claims are unprovable, and Variety calls it inconclusive. For us to be comfortable doing stories about it, we have to believe that these documents and these experts that we're talking to are telling us the right thing. How do you think the country, the world, will react when, if this happens, it's disclosed?
You have a slow process of information coming out of government, mostly from Congress, from intelligence community officials who've retired. And what we're seeing is that despite the amount of coverage on this, there isn't a lot of pickup on it in media, and people aren't really absorbing the significance of it.
Anthropologist Peter Skafish is co-founder and director of research at the Solve Foundation, a group that helps fund research into UAPs. Skafish interviews and conducts field work with witnesses.
I've had a lot of conversations with retired intelligence community people who have more or less verified this stuff to me directly.
How many people know this?
This has been an 8-decade cover-up. The total list has to amount to 100 or more.
Presidents have access to all classified information, but it's unlikely the commander-in-chief reviews everything on any specific subject.
That poor guy doesn't know where he is.
Millions of classified documents in existence, and as many as 50 million classified records are added every year.
Various presidents have been told, but many have
50
not
million
been told.
classified records a year?
Was the Army
How could
director
anybody
for
get through that
supporting the UAP
without
task
AI?
force. Why would a president not be told?
There was a feeling
14 million of them are probably nonsense.
sophisticated or intellectual enough to deal with that kind of complexity.
The Solve Foundation alleges in a report the Eisenhower administration issued a directive giving UFO decision-making the same status as nuclear war powers.
A man whom I trust from the Air Force has said that it was, as far as he knew, it was completely inaccurate to believe that they came from any outside or planet or otherwise.
The presidents who have asked for briefings on
coming from
UAPs
under the water
say they have not learned of any suspected cover-ups.
So far as I know, they're not hiding information.
It's never been my thing, I have to be honest. I have never been a believer.
Nell believes presidents could be uninformed because he says private companies oversee the programs.
Eisenhower administration may have allowed this.
Okay, all right. That's enough for the UFO fix there, guys. Oh, goodness. All right. Going to move along here. A recent study apparently supports the concept that by running, your body releases endocannabinoids to basically give you runner's high. And this is a new study that this guy with dreads is going to tell us about.
You have to watch this.
All professors said that runner's high is endorphins, but Harvard's 2023 study just proved it's actually 80% endocannabinoids, your body's own THC. We've been wrong about exercise benefits for 40 years. They measured both substances during exercise. Endorphins can't cross the blood-brain barrier. They're too large. But anandamide, your internal cannabis, increased by 280% after 30 minutes of moderate cardio and crosses directly into your brain. The high is literal. Here's the precise finding. 22 minutes of exercise at 70% max heart rate optimizes endocannabinoid production. Not 20 minutes, not 25, exactly 22 minutes produces peak anandamide. Below 70% heart rate, 40% less production. Above 80%, stress hormones cancel the benefits. This explains why exercise treats depression better than SSRIs in mild cases. We thought it was serotonin from endorphins. It's actually your brain's cannabis system activating. Different mechanism, different optimization strategy. This exercise precision connects to my nervous system recovery protocol. Subscriber video.
Wow. So turns out that running actually gets you stoned. It's not your endorphins, it's your cannabinoid system. Wow.
That's a fun word to say. My cannabinoid system.
Endocannabinoid. Yeah.
Cannibaloid.
Well, cannibaloid. Wrong system.
Oh, sorry.
That'll make you feel something different.
Yeah.
All right. So here was a little clip. So yeah, you'll see why I thought this was interesting. All right. So boomers watching Fox News while their children engage in the most important information war in American history. Well, just like you saw tonight, they're playing Alien Primetime on Fox News. So you can't sweat the boomers too bad. And then, of course, in the background is this big battle of information, right? No wonder they're so oblivious. The aliens are here, right? All right, check this out. Worldwide flight glitch.
What is going on in the skies right now? Because this ain't normal. Airlines all across the world just started canceling and delaying flights, all because a software update on one of the most common planes in the sky started acting weird, y'all. And get this, analysts think that the same computer glitch might have played a role in the JetBlue plane altitude suddenly dropping last month. Imagine you on a plane just chilling, relaxing, and all of a sudden the joint just nosedive or just drop out of nowhere, all because of a code update. Then the Airbus came out and said something completely even crazier. They are investigating and found signs of intense solar radiation may have corrupted data inside the flight control systems. So we talking solar radiation, like the sun is now messing with planes. Y'all remember them 2 blackouts? Now we having plane blackouts. I don't know what's happening, y'all. Between the radiation and the software glitches and a plane suddenly dropping altitude, all I'm gonna tell you, something is not adding up.
All right, so we had the talk of the auroras in our recent episode, and we've had all of these crazy sunspots and solar activity extremes happening. Well, apparently it's affecting airplanes too. So
Yeah.
I don't know if don't go flying during a solar flare, right? It's not a great time. Your plane
That's-
just might turn off.
Especially fly-by-wire planes.
Oh yeah.
No, thank you.
Very interesting. All right. Well, last video for the night for me, and then we're going to do some comedy with please excuse Jeremiah's sense of humor. Check this out. This is millions of
What? Max, what is going on? I have no clue. It's
so with this strange solar activity, sometimes you get weird magnetic activity affecting birds and animals.
Bats.
It looks like crows.
This is so crazy. I've never seen anything like this. Have you?
When they go off your butt.
I hate birds. I'm sorry. Just gonna go ahead and say it.
Maybe they are bats. I don't know.
It's the birds.
Yeah,
Well,
the crows.
It's how they migrate, and of course, you know, they use the magnetic. They use a magnetic compass in their system, and of course, if it goes crazy, they go crazy. So
Pretty crazy. Yeah, I think it's so allegedly the North Pole or the polar center is shifting, and they have all these crazy maps showing how it's shifted over time. But yeah, there's definitely something happening to the fact that for the first time in my life, I saw the auroras down in like southern states in Missouri, southern Missouri. You know, I've never seen that in my whole life. Grew up in Kentucky latitudes. You know, obviously I was missing a few years there, but just it's amazing that I'm seeing that nowadays. So maybe this is the year of, you know, some strange magnetic animal attitudes. I don't know.
Well, catitudes for sure. I mean, Charlie bit and then scratched me when I was giving him, you know, pets up here, and he acted like he wanted it, and he obviously didn't. So definitely weird catitude stuff going on.
That's how you know when Charlie tries to murder you.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, Opa, so last clip is volume 34. Please excuse my sense of humor. Now, if you laugh, you got to tell me what your favorite joke was in the comments or in the live chat. But if you're offended, I'm sorry that you can't take a joke. So let's go ahead and roll it.
Question is, who is Michelle Obama? Is she really a woman? Is she a man? Especially when every time I look at Michelle or Michael Obama, the first lady or the first tranny.
We got first and last names of 6 witches that are in our church. And you know what's strange? 3 of you are in this room right now. Three of you in the room right now. You better look in my eyeballs. We ain't afraid of you, you stinking witch. You devil-worshiping Satanist witch. We cast you out in the name of Jesus Christ. We break your spells. We break your curse. We got your first name. We got your last name. We even got an address for one of you. You so much as cough wrong, and I'll expose you in front of everybody in this tent, you stinking witch. You were sent to this church to destroy us. You were sent to this church to lure us in. You were sent to this church to cast spell. Listen, some of you been sick because you befriended that witch.
He's sitting next to a witch.
But before we start, we must carry on the tradition. Please rise if you're able.
So this, you know how crazy.
We are Charlie.
You know how crazy the Charlie Kirk
ready?
thing is. Like,
But
they're like
before we
worshiping
start,
like
we must
Jesus.
carry on the tradition. Please rise if you're able. But before we start, we must carry on the tradition. Please rise if able. We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the... Okay. Before we start, we carry on the tradition. Okay. Please rise if you're able.
Are these different videos or the same one playing over and over?
We are
Different
Charlie
tapes.
Kirk. We carry the flame.
It's the Lord's Day. I got my Bible. I'm ready to hear the word.
And so we're going to sing that together this morning. Would you stand with us in body or in spirit? I want to warn the parents in the audience that there might be a swear word. But we will only do it one time. And we actually bleep it out the other times. But we are going to sing it one time for emphasis about how gay we are. Here we go.
'Cause I'm freaking gay. Thank God for that.
What is
Christians cast me out, but Jesus has my back. I'm freaking gay. Thank God for that.
They gonna say the word or are they already censoring it?
Christians cast me out, but Jesus has my back. And we're freaking gay. Thank God for that.
Wow, this is a church service. What the?
They're demons.
What in the world?
They're frickin' interdimensional invaders, okay? I'll
how
just
is
say
that
it.
church?
Make fun of me all you want on CNN or wherever, but everyone already innately knows this. These people are not frickin' humans, okay?
Oh, no. That didn't hurt. Listen, it's because you were running like a fairy. Now you're crying. Yeah, don't run like a. Don't go like this. Go like this. We run like this. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus.
We didn't have enough fathers like that guy. That's why we want something.
Happy Thanksgiving. We have some succulent pot roast, some ham, some great turkey, some sweet potatoes or yams, some greens, and some succotash. We also have some dressing or stuffing, some buttery rolls, some mashed potatoes. We also had this great mac and cheese that looks buzz.
And around 1973, I became convinced for a while that I was receiving messages from outer space. But then a psychic reader told me I was actually channeling an ancient Chinese philosopher, and another psychic reader told me I was channeling a medieval Irish bard, And at that time, I started reading neurology, and I decided it was just my right brain talking to my left brain. And then I went to Ireland, and I found out it was actually a 6-foot-tall white rabbit. They call it the puka, and the Irish know all about it. So it depends on who I'm talking to, which of these metaphors I use to explain where these weird patterns come from that jump out of the books and take hold of the readers and change their lives. It's not me. It's a 6-foot-tall white rabbit from County Kerry.
If I pick up my phone and send out a tweet, if I say good morning, within minutes I will have hundreds of blatantly anti-Semitic responses.
Drug dealers, drug lords.
That's just the ones that have been accounted for.
Correct. People from mental institutions.
What do you think the strategy is?
Hundreds of thousands of major criminals.
Sitting there at Thanksgiving, you're staring across the table at somebody. And they're just like, do you want the baked beans? And you're like, I think I know who killed Charlie Kirk. There was a second shooter. There was 12 Israeli cell phones. Somebody's like, do you want the baked beans? And you're like, not if you think we fucking landed on the moon, I don't. I'm like, okay, all right. Get your own sides then.
It's very interesting. We're going to have to come over to your house and kill you. No two ways about it.
And there's no one there to tell them.
Opa.
You poop in the toilet.
That's why
Not on the floor.
Yeah.
And you don't want to tell them because that's racist.
They also studied the way gay and straight people talk.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. Would you like to have a drink?
Sounds straight to me.
And it's straight. Hi, it's nice to meet you. Do you want to go have a drink?
Gay.
Ling Ling, what do you do for a living?
I'm a pirate.
Oh, so you rob ships and stuff?
No, I'm a pirate. I fly airplanes.
Oh my goodness, all right.
You're not going to have diarrhea any longer. You are not going to have diarrhea any longer. And now, Holy Spirit of the living God, let the gifts of healing flow into that woman. Go into those legs and arms, into the organs of the body, into that female area.
What's the matter?
I've been getting death threats.
You mean death threats?
Not this time.
Again, you undone me. You undone me. I went along.
Death.
Done.
That's a blind guy driving. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So I hope you go. What was y'all's favorite?
Mine was, you're running like a fairy.
Yeah, I didn't zoom that one out correctly, but it said parents in the 90s versus today. I mean, gotta run with your arm. Jake?
Oh, I've been getting death threats. Really? Death threats.
And just so you know, these are heavily censored. Please excuse my sense of humor. So if they really did see my real feed, the Israeli people would have to kill me.
we want to reiterate once again that we love Israel and we love Jewish people.
Yeah.
Yes. All right,
guys. Well, thanks for coming to our Skiba News Nation weekly live stream, and we'll see you on Friday.
They got any questions out there?
Any questions, anybody? Tilton. I didn't go to his church. I did do a History's Mysteries on him. It was super strange. People say Theo Bond. Discord Thursday, yes. So we're going to do Discord Thursday instead of Fridays. So
nice.
Sweet.
All right, peace out, guys.
We'll see you later.
Hasta luego.
Adios.
you.